I think about Lorena Bobbitt. I don't know how many people were born in the 90s when Lorena Bobbitt cut her husband's penis off. He was abusive. And when that man went to sleep, she cut that man's penis off. She took that man's penis, drove down the highway, and threw it on the side of the road.
I'm currently feeling somatic empathy right now. Just continue.
Yes, yes. So that sent the country into an uproar because, like, oh my God, how could she? But then when we all got the backstory of how he treated her, we all put ourselves in a position of cognitive empathy. I love how cheerful and happy and excited I look in that clip that introduces me. Yeah, I am here to discuss empathy. What is empathy? Is it toxic? Is it sinful? Y'all, let me tell you something. Never in my life did I think that we would have to have a discussion on whether empathy is necessary. Um and so because of that, I have my notes. And I'm not gonna pretend like I don't have notes because I'm at that age where I need to write shit down. So if you at that age with me, pull out your notebooks, pull out your pens, pull out your voice recorder, whatever it is you need to pull out, because we got some stuff we need to talk about. Okay. First of all, let me define empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand what people are experiencing and experiencing from their point of view. So that means you tap into people, you're paying attention to people. I feel like this is necessary. It's a necessary skill that we all need. We all need to be able to tap in and understand not only what we're feeling, but what the person that we're interacting with may be feeling, what they may be dealing with. Okay. So there are three types of empathy that I want to talk about. The first type of empathy that I want to talk about is affective. Effective empathy is the ability to understand someone else's emotions and respond appropriately. So if my friend comes to me and says, for example, I lost my job today, my boss has always been calling me on the carpet and I don't know why. And then, excuse me, today she fired me. The appropriate response to that is like, oh my God, friend, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Is there anything that I can do to support you? That's effective empathy. You tap into where your person is and you offer what you can to support them in that moment. And then there's somatic empathy. This empathy involves having a physical reaction to what someone is feeling, having a physical reaction. And I honestly want to say that when people talk about being empathetic, I think this is the one that they lean on without knowing it. They say, oh, I can feel what other people are feeling. I can tune into what other people are feeling. And sometimes you really can't. It's just, it's just a byproduct of what it is that they're feeling and it makes you feel something. But somatic empathy is whenever you can look at the situation and feel what that person may be feeling in that moment. So the example is if I'm out in public and somebody proposes to the person that they're with, they get on one knee, they proclaim their love, they have a ring, they get everybody's attention, and the person that they're proposing to says no. And then all of us feel a sense of embarrassment. That is somatic empathy. That is feeling the feeling of the person that's actually in the situation. It's secondhand embarrassment. That's what we call it. In that situation, we would all be feeling secondhand embarrassment. That's somatic empathy. And then the last one is called cognitive empathy. It's like understanding the mental state of somebody when they're in a situation, understanding how somebody may perceive a situation, how their response may line up with how they perceive a situation. So it's like, oh, I'm going to tune in to how they respond to this situation based on what I feel like I know about them, what I feel about them, what I know about them, what I know about intuition. I can tap into somebody's mental state. So it's like so I think about Lorena Bobbitt. I don't know how many people were born in the 90s when Lorena Bobbitt cut her husband's penis off. He was abusive. Physically, verbally, emotionally abusive. And when that man went to sleep, she cut that man's penis off. She took that man's penis, drove down the highway, and threw it on the side of the road. Now, as
I'm
extreme as that,
currently I'm currently feeling somatic empathy right now. Just continue.
yes, yes. So there was that sent the country into an uproar because, like, oh my God, how could she? But then when we all got the backstory of how he treated her, we all put ourselves in a position of cognitive empathy. We all put ourselves in the mentality of, oh my goodness, if this person was acting like this towards me, I probably would have done the same thing. And so we all understood, as much as we understood that she should not have caused physical harm to him, we understood how she got to that point cognitively. So that's cognitive empathy. And so the other thing that I want to mention, because I know we're going to touch on this, is whether or not empathy can be toxic. You'll see a lot of Christian fundamentalists and Christian nationalists talking about how empathy is a weakness and how empathy is toxic and how empathy causes us to excuse people's sin. And what I want to say is it's not the empathy that causes the damage, it's the lack of boundaries. So if you are an empath, if you are somebody that has the affective empathy, the somatic empathy, the cognitive empathy, if you don't have boundaries, you put yourself in harm's way. So when you put yourself in other people's shoes, if my boyfriend is an abuser and his daddy or his mom or his caretaker abused him, and every time he abuses me, I put myself in his shoes and I don't have any boundaries for myself, I will probably stay in a situation that is unhealthy for me because all I'm doing is being empathetic with no boundaries. And sometimes you can be empathetic without boundaries and put yourself in harm's way. And when we do that, what is called is compassion fatigue. Because you get so compassionate, you get so empathetic, you get so benefit of the doubt that you get worn out to the point where you're not even looking out for yourself. So we got to be careful about being empathetic because it's not the empathy that's toxic. It's not the compassion that's toxic. It's not the sympathy that's toxic. It's the lack of boundaries that puts you in a toxic situation. Empathy is great. Sympathy is great. Compassion is great. It's the thing that binds us. It's the thing that makes sure that we have reciprocal relationships. But like the greatest commandment says, you got to love yourself as you love your neighbor. So if you don't have compassion for yourself, empathy for yourself, sympathy for yourself, grace for yourself, you can't give that to your neighbor. And guess what? That leaves you open to harm. So, yeah, that's the couch. I hope that wasn't too jumbled for you. I hope that you were able to get something from that. Empathy is not a sin within itself. Empathy is necessary for interpersonal relationships. Empathy is a sign of emotional maturity. But when you don't have boundaries, it makes it dangerous. It makes it harmful. And empathy in itself is not harmful. A lack of boundaries is harmful. That's it.
If you're still here, hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about the video. And if you want to see the entire recording, it's exclusively available in our Patreon. The link is in the show notes. You can either subscribe or you can just purchase this recording a la carte. We'll see you next time as we continue to deconstruct harmful theology and build beloved community. Peace out.